So if you saw the show last night, you saw that Dr. Mark Siegel asked the president about the cognitive ability test White House physicians have given him. And amazingly, the president was happy to talk about details. Here's part of it.
It was 30 or 35 questions. The first questions are very easy. The last questions are much more difficult. Like a memory question, it's like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV. So they say, could you repeat that? So I said, yeah. So it's person, woman, man, camera, TV. Okay, that's very good.
So guess who else was watching that? The weightlifter over on CNN and his buddy Don Lemon. So the weightlifter, the governor's brother, decided to administer the test the president has taken to international TV star Don Lemon. And here's what happened next.
When do you take that? That looks like something for middle school.
Well, you take that when usually, listen, I'm not a doctor, and I'm going to let Dr. Reiner explain it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But usually when there is some issue or some concern about, you know, your cognitive abilities.
So what were the animal shapes?
Well, it's a lion, a hippo, and a camel.
Isn't that a rhino in the middle?
A rhino.
You don't even know a hippo from a rhino. You got no acuity, son. You got no acuity.
I'm looking at it backwards. I'm looking at it backwards.
What does it mean if you don't know an elephant from a rhino?
An elephant.
What does it mean if you don't know a rhino from an elephant? Well, you may not be a physician, but I think you know what it means. It means low acuity. And that's not a surprise in the case of Don Lemon, a perfectly cheerful person, maybe the slowest person ever to appear on cable news. You'll never forget, and in case you have, we have the tape, Mr. Lemon's Malaysia Airlines segment, the one in which he speculated that maybe the flight had vanished into a black hole.
What if it was hijacking or terrorism or mechanical failure or pilot error? But what if it was something fully that we don't really understand? A lot of people have been asking about that, about black holes and on and on and on. They're also referencing the Twilight Zone, which is a very similar plot. That's what people are saying. I know it's preposterous, but is it preposterous, you think, Mary?
Turns out, and we know this because we have access to a scientific portal we call Google, that the nearest black hole is about 3,000 light years away. Boeing 777s can't yet fly that far. Now, just in case it seems like we're being a little cruel to Mr. Lemon, or the dark dwarf king who employs him, let me just say that there is love at the bottom of this, because Mr. Lemon combines almost supernatural slowness with remarkable self-confidence. And if you don't believe it, pull up again on Google a magazine profile he sat for a few years ago in which he declared with total assuredness that the frozen dessert the rest of us call sorbet is actually pronounced sorbet. He was adamant about that. He's a news anchor. How can you not love a man like that? Howie Carr read that. He watches Don Lemon. Mr. Carr is the undisputed radio king of New England. He joins us tonight. Howie, were you surprised by the results of that exam administered live on air at CNN?
You know, having watched Don Lemon on New Year's Eve in those celebrations, I think if he had been presented with silhouettes of a different type of product, say barroom glasses, I think he would have done fine. You know, shot glass, cocktail glass, rocks glass, wine goblet. He would have been okay. I always thought that lawyers learned early on that you never ask questions in court of a witness unless you know the answer to them. And obviously, they didn't do too much prep work for that interview. You know, they would just figure, you know, if Trump says he didn't take the test, then they hit him and they say, why won't he take the test? What's he hiding? So he takes the test, and then they make sport of him anyway. You know, I've taken this test, and you know, I thought the president summed it up pretty well. I mean, it's you know immediately whether you're acing it or not. You know, if they give you the face of a clock with no arms on it, they say what's 10-10. And you get it. I'd love to hear Don Lemon do some of those tests that they also give you. There's the same kind of test they give you in field sobriety tests, you know?
But there's something he would pass because, and yeah. I mean this sincerely, there's something really endearing about the fact that he's never embarrassed. This is not a applauded the steroid head buddy on the screen with him. But Don Lemon, nothing embarrasses him. Isn't there something kind of appealing about that?
I guess there is. Wouldn't you love to see him, Mr. Lemon, can you count backwards from 100, counting down 7, or even better? Here's the one I really love, and I always love to do this when I get a chance to, do a police report. Recite the alphabet backwards, Senator. Or, they never get much beyond M or N. Wouldn't you like to see Joe Biden take some of these tests?
I
you
would.
Had a couple of the. Yeah, I mean, he did more, though, than you mentioned. He invented 2 new job classifications in the last 48 hours. You ever hear of a voter registration physician and a pay caregiver? And the disease that's, put everybody in lockdown is not COVID-19, it's COVID-9.
It's unbelievable. Howie Carr, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Thanks, Tucker. I appreciate it.